and Formula One is underway on the streets of Baku. Good reaction time for Verstappen, but it's Charles Leclerc who maintains the lead into turn one. The top three are as they were going through. Sainz is in fourth. Hamilton is vulnerable to Fernando Alonso diving to the inside, but Hamilton chops across. Lost momentum for Alonso means he's vulnerable now, and there's a tap there between a Williams. I think that was Oscar Piastri getting hit as he went through. He was side by side, dropping back, losing positions at the start. He's lost one. It's as you were in the top five, though.
I think it was Albon nibbling a bit of Piastri further down on the edge of the top 10.
Is there going to be any opportunity for Charles Leclerc, who's checking the mirrors early? He knows the threat is close. Will he be able to offer a defence? Is it the moment for Max Verstappen to use the slipstream to power alongside and take the lead? It looks like it might be, and say goodbye to Max Verstappen in second place, because that's the race lead for the world champion, breezing on by, and Verstappen takes first place in the race. And we are waiting to see Perez use the efficiency. The barn door opens and Perez takes a dart to the inside. Charles Leclerc knows he can't fight it with defence on the way in. It's a Red Bull 1-2 as Perez takes second. And Hamilton pits. He doesn't fancy a wheel-to-wheel with Fernando Alonso, and he pits to get rid of the tyres.
Yeah, and they're all going to have to start pitting as well with others that have jumped in early. Albon, now Norris is covering off his teammate and Yuki Tsunoda, so it's going to trigger this round of pit stops. Maybe put us towards a two-stop Grand Prix as well, depending on how this hard holds out.
Baseline is...
Yeah, but I'm sliding.
Understood.
Now this could bring out the virtual safety car. Nick de Vries has gone deep, and that is why we have the yellow flag. Verstappen being told to come into the pits, and Perez will assume the lead at a circuit he adores.
So de Vries is off at turn 6. He sounded like he had the engine going, but if there's suddenly a safety car or a VSE, Max has pitted at a very bad moment here because everyone else will save 9 seconds on a pit stop. Early stop for Verstappen, who was getting through his tyres just too quickly. Safety car's called.
Full safety car is out, and that is a massive advantage. Then they'll have to respect the delta that they now get. That is Nick de Vries clipping the apex wall and damaging the front left.
Yeah, so it is just a bit greedy on the apex of the left-hander, and it is a driver error then for de Vries. I was wondering how on earth you end up in this position, but he couldn't turn the car to the right.
It's Perez and Leclerc getting the benefit of pitting under the safety car, and they find themselves ahead of Max Verstappen.
Leclerc looking racy behind him. Now Perez goes.
And we are back racing in Azerbaijan. Charles Leclerc, does he get a run to the inside? Will he take the opportunity? Perez feeling the need to defend. He's on cold tyres, remember. There's an opportunity for Max Verstappen as they make their way through. Will they all make the corner? Cold tyres, cold brakes, they will. And it's the top three as they were. That's a late lunge to the inside for the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll, who gets the place back that he lost in the pit stop. But this is Max Verstappen darting out of the slipstream, trying to immediately take the Ferrari back. Can he do it? This time he does it without DRS. Big move for Max Verstappen's Grand Prix.
Yeah, he needed that. Needed to clear the Ferrari, and now he can go and chase after Perez. Alonso on the inside of Sainz. That's opportunistic. Brilliant from Alonso.
Phenomenal move for fourth position for Fernando Alonso.
On board, here we go with Fernando Alonso. So Sainz is looking good. Gets a little bit boxed in behind his teammate. Alonso just says, wow, if you don't want the inside, I'll take it. And sticks it in there. Laid on the brakes, committed. Brilliant from Alonso.
Sainz trying to respond, and further back, that's a dive to the inside and a tidy move for Lewis Hamilton, who gets past his teammate. This is Lance Stroll, and he is getting tight to the wall, very tight to the wall.
The wall, quick tire.
I'm sure you'll all notice that's the same part as Nick de Vries hit, and ended up parked on those skid marks there, down towards turn 6, which is why we had the safety car.
This is on board with Kevin Magnussen, trying to fight his way through, and great driver's eye view of a move that takes him up the order, and he just hangs onto it for a second before losing the place again.
Heart in mouth for K-Mac.
1.5 seconds. Oh, very nearly over the road, all over the road for Stroll, who's checking the mirrors. He very nearly clipped the barrier. He did clip the barrier a few moments ago, and he's invited Lewis Hamilton to tuck up in the slipstream and to shape for the pass. Stroll, who put a good move on earlier on, one Mercedes, is about to be passed by the other, as the similar power unit for the two of them, but it's DRS for Hamilton, and the mistake at 16 opens the door. Hamilton feeling the need to jump across and defend the place. He's up to 6th. This is turn 15. He turns in, and he would have been heart in mouth for a second there.
Does he brush it? Does he brush it? Oh, he does.
Indeed.
He does with the right rear. A little bit of give in the Tech Pro, and he needed it.
Further back down the order, selling the dummy and making his way through. That is a fine move on the attack for Pierre Gasly, and it's only for 18th, but it's the best moment of his weekend so far.
What happened at 15?
I clicked the wall on the
Copy.
Oh my days, that's your race leader, and he's hit the wall at 15. He is pushing.
He's got him. Lando Norris finally fights away by.
Here we go on board then. He's not having to defend. He made a mistake on the braking here. There's a bit of a lock-up. Now he's wide, and yeah, he's just tightened the second part of it. You're absolutely right, and then can't get out the corner. The man in the McLaren comes straight through on the inside.
It has been a phenomenal performance from Sergio Perez. The Street Fighter's done it again. Sergio Perez wins in Azerbaijan to take his 6th career victory, to beat his teammate. Max Verstappen takes the fastest lap on the last tour, but it's Perez's day in Baku. He's the first repeat winner at this venue, and despite all of Fernando Alonso's efforts, it's Charles Leclerc who's going to beat him to the rostrum. For the first time this season, Ferrari on the podium with Charles Leclerc. George Russell put the soft tyres on, completes all 3 sectors at the end, takes the checkered flag and looks for the fastest lap. He comes across the line and he's got it.
King of the streets.
Well done, guys. We dominated this weekend. Well done, guys. Well done.
It's another glorious day in the motor racing history of Red Bull. They are sweeping the races. 2 wins so far for Verstappen, 2 wins now for Perez, and just 6 points in the World Championship battle.